Hey, so I've calmed down a little bit from one of my past videos. Uh, did a Remeron video a little bit ago. Stuff's making me so sick. Anyway, I just wanted to bullshit a little bit. I mean, how many of you out there, because of benzo withdrawal, stopped working? Now, I have no choice. I have to work, but I'm not going out. My anxiety is so out of control. I try to get out a little bit. I mean, I shouldn't be behind a wheel of a car, but once in a while I'll go somewhere close. I try to go to a grocery store with a self-checkout, so I don't have to stand in line, because for some reason standing in lines and cashiers, I always have a panic attack now. My brain has associated it. I kept trying to do it anyway, but my nervous system doesn't need panic attacks. So I usually, in my head, I'll map out where I'm gonna go in the store and what I get, so it's, under 5 minutes, because my stress is so high and I always feel like I'm gonna faint. So dizzy. So driving, it's not so much the issue. For some reason, when I'm driving, the dizziness kind of subsides a little bit. Must have something to do with the movement of the car. So I get to the place I need to go, and then, of course, my heart's racing already. Just from me going to the car and sitting in the car and everything, my heart's usually 120, 130. Ridiculous, I know. If I sat for a little longer, it would go down to about 100. If I sat down for a really long time, it's usually about 90. But, so I wait in the car for a minute for my heart to try to slow down a little bit. And then I have to get out of the car, and then I go to the store, which therefore I sit on the bench in front of the store for a few minutes, because from the car to the store, my heart's already racing. It's ridiculous. So then I get up and then I go into the store, and I've already have it mapped out what I'm going to get. So I go and I go through produce, get that kind of stuff. I stand for a minute. I don't keep walking, because if I continually walk, my heart rate will keep going up, up, and up, and up. So, by the time I get to the meat department, get some chicken or whatever, I'm already getting paranoid because I feel my heart pounding. It's ridiculous. So, anyway, I get my stuff. Now it's time to check out. It's the worst possible case scenario. Well, the store I went to the other day decided to get rid of their self-checkouts. I'm like, holy crap, here we go. So I stood in a line that was relatively short, and of course, no matter what, people are fucking around. Somebody with coupons, writing a check or whatever the fuck. It's ridiculous. So my heart's racing, I'm starting to sweat. I'm like, I'm gonna have another friggin' panic attack. So luckily they have a seating area past the cashiers. So I'm like, you know what, I'll feel a lot better if I just go sit down for a minute. And that's what I did. So I sat down, and that usually, the second you sit down always cuts down your heart rate. So I start to feel a little better. I'm like, I'm just going to sit here until a cashier opens. Luckily, they opened up a new cashier, and I saw it right away, and I pretty much went over real quick. It so happened to be somebody new. They didn't know what anything I had was. And I thought to myself, oh, that figures. What's a yellow what is this? It's a yellow squash. What is this? This is, this, and that. All produce. Didn't have a clue what any of it was. And I get there's training involved, but when you're as anxious as I am at this point, why can't anything go smoothly? So anyway, it didn't take her that long. I got through it, and I didn't have a panic attack. And I know once I get on heart meds and slow down my heart, because I've been waiting for it to slow down on its own, and it's just not. I'm going to have to get on something, because now it's just unhealthy. Very well could be because of the Remeron, too. And the benzo withdrawal together. Because the thing is, when I first got off of benzos, my heart was really fast, and I was doing the same thing. But after a couple weeks, I started exercising a little bit. And although it was fast, I was able to exercise and walk without it freaking out. I mean, it'd be faster than a lot of people's, but it wasn't super unhealthy. And then after a month of exercising, my heart freaked out on the bike and went over 200. Seriously, I thought I was going to be dead that day. I will remember for the rest of my life that day. I thought I was going to die, and it was amazing. In your own head, you're like, this is it. This is actually it. I'm going to have a freaking heart attack. But anyway, I got all the tests done. I'm still waiting for my results. So November 3rd, I'll get my results. But I'm guessing my heart is healthy. I'm just guessing I'm guessing it's just shooting out so much adrenaline. But who knows? I mean, maybe there's something wrong. I doubt it, but you never know. But if not, I'm sure I'll end up on typical beta blockers. Just another pill to take. It's just a never-ending process. To get off one pill, I will be on 2 pills. Unreal. And they're both going to give me more side effects than the benzos ever did. I mean, seriously, my life is just in such a flux. I'm sitting here, I work from home, but I have my girlfriend doing a big part of my job, going out. I don't get any exercise anymore. I can't move. I try to walk around our apartment building a couple times, and by the time I get home, my heart rate's, going 170. I can't do that. That's so unhealthy to do this. I mean, if I kept going, I would be doing 100% of my heart rate, what my heart can handle. Just to walk around, it's like walking around a house twice. Big freaking deal. I want to be out. I want to be doing my job out. I want to go to the store. I want to do all these routine things I've done for years on end, and I can't do them. I'm getting weaker by the day. I spend my days working and making videos and researching. I have to research Remeron. People tell me to ignore it, but I'm having withdrawals from 5 p.m. till the time I take the pill. So I know it's coming from that, so I had to figure that out. Now I'm just stuck, not sure what to do. I have no idea if medicine gets out of your system faster because heart rate's faster. I have no idea. Nobody can answer my question. Man, I don't know how people survive this. I was only on benzos for 3 months. And a dose that my psych doctor said, he said, you're on a baby dose. It shouldn't be an issue. He told me to jump off of everything. I was taking it twice a day. He told me to jump off Xanax. All of it at once. And I said, no way. No way. I will end up in a mental ward. He's like, but it's a baby dose. You'll be fine. I obviously didn't do it. I still went off way too fast. That's why I'm in this damn position. Because I trusted him still with Klonopin. I still tapered. I tapered on my own before I even saw him. And then he made me confident to get off, but it was way too fast. I don't think it would have made a difference for me, to tell you the truth. I'm so sensitive either way. I would have been screwed tapering. I was so sick. Just starting to taper, I was so sick. I was starting to have panic attacks. I wasn't this sick. I probably would have been still able to sleep on my own. But I would have tapered longer for sure. I just figure, you know, doing these videos is one less time I have to cry and bitch and moan to my girlfriend. She's super supportive, which is awesome, but nobody wants to hear somebody cry every single day. I do bitch about it every day, though, because there's always something freaking new. There's always something new. I can't handle stress at all. I mean, even the tiniest things. It just makes my head more, I get more detached, and everything's so film-like, and the derealization is so screwed up. That's my worst. Between that and the anxiety, holy crap. It's unreal. Literally unreal. And I'm sure that has to do with benzo withdrawal. But I know at least 50% of it is the Remeron. It's like, I'll guarantee it. I don't know why, if it's Remeron, why it won't stabilize better. But, you know, it was only really good for the first 2 weeks. It keeps me sleeping, but it was really only good for like 2 weeks when I wasn't getting horrible reactions. And then 2 weeks later, you know, I started getting foggier and foggier and foggier and foggier, and I'm still, to this day, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And I cannot taper it. I cannot taper it yet. I want to so bad. People tell me, just get off of it. Just can't. I literally go crazy. I went from 6.7 to 6.6. I have a digital scale I use. And I fell asleep fine. No flashing in my head or anything, which was good. But the next day, I mean, you get the worst thoughts in your head. Oh my God. They're so scary. And I'm not going to say what they are. They're bad, though. And the flashing and the racing thoughts of bad stuff. My God. Absolutely frightening. Like, if I taper this, I'm going to end up in a mental ward. And what are they going to do? Shoot me up with benzos. I'm scared of my future because of this. I'm scared I'm going to keep getting worse. And I'm scared I'm going to end up in a hospital. You know, it's hard to have windows when you're on another drug that stops windows. It just sucks. Anyway, that's my little bit of a rant. So, thanks for watching as always. Hear me, bitch.